All right, welcome along, folks. We are down here on track 4. Too loud for you?
You're a little bit loud over there,
I can't even hear you.
Oh, really?
I'm going to turn you up.
All right.
Can you give me a little bit of
Hello
something?
and welcome to the Adelaide Roller Derby Rattleadies versus Sun State Roller Derby Killer Bees.
Lining up straight away for the Sun State Killer Bees is Velocity Raptor.
Up against
Invader Scrim by the looks.
Ada Scrim for the Rattleadies.
For those listening in, we are at the very top of the straight, so a little bit of trouble trying to see who's who at the very start of these jams.
Velocity Raptor out with the lead.
She is sporting some pretty spectacular looking glasses too, I must
say.
say.
I think they're called goggles.
I love them.
Oh.
They look ace.
The Rattleadies making it work on the outside.
Meanwhile, Invader Scrim is getting away from the back of the pack. She is coming in fast, but not fast enough. Unable to grab any points there. And a quick start there. And we've got, I think that's Dead Meat lining up to jam this one for the Sun State Killer Bees.
Oh, up against Evil Stig for the Rattleadies.
The Evil Stig.
Can just make out an ankle through there.
We can get, they are lined up a long way back from the actual jam line, making it even more of a pain in the ass for us to try and see who it is. And going underneath, just clocked it on the forehead.
Trying to break up that tripod with the face.
Evil Stig, meanwhile, gets lead jam and getting the very first opportunity to get some points on the board for the Rattleadies. Dead Meat is just getting a little first time on the track here and just noticing that it could be a little bit slipperier than she thought.
Oh, and a cut call on Evil Stig just before she tried to call it off.
Just unfortunate for her. Meanwhile, Count to Bumps has taken a
Oh,
little seat in the front row.
Into the
Straight into a
suicide line.
couple of eager spectators. And
Lucky they're wearing a Mile shirt, so they'll be happy with the embrace from Count to Bumps there.
And no injuries to report, thankfully.
Thrill Seeker holding up the jammer at the front.
Dead Meat, she has just done a fantastic start here for the Killer Bees. And before we get too far into it, we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
My name is The Fingerprints, and next to me is an extraordinaire of the Eagle, better known as Gilly.
Hey.
She's so good that she deserves 2 separate names.
I'll figure out which one I like one day. And Evil Stig just swimming away through.
She found a good line on the inside, while Thrill Seeker takes care of Icy Kill on the outside, who's taken the panty. She's popped that on, and she goes back up 1-1 again,st the formidable pack.
Meanwhile, Evil Stig snuck through a 5-point pass there, and another 5-point pass.
And just adding in a little apex jump while she's there. 5-point pass for Eagle Stig. She has found her mojo early in this bout.
Icy Kill not getting a chance to get out the pack there.
That is a great start there for Evil Stig, considering she spent a little bit of time sitting down in the penalty box, considering her actions early on. And just like that, we have the Adelaides out to an 18-13 point lead. Lib Smacker being benching for the Adelaides has come scampering into the middle.
And the officials call a timeout.
John Ref Kennedy is our head ref today, I believe. He is sporting an impressive beard. That is taken some work and absolutely deserves every bit of credit for the maintenance of it too. Oh, it's nice Bobby Dazzler.
The Rattleadies cheer squad is picking it up on the outside of the track.
They are doing a fantastic job of it, I must say.
We're going to give you a live action shot of the cheer squad as they stop doing anything.
As soon as we get over to scan on their heroics, suddenly it dies down to nothingness.
Before that, they were amazing.
They were really kicking it off. And anyway, at the present time with this official timeout, we've got the Killer Bees in their own little huddle. And also the Rata ladies discussing what their next plan of action is going to be. That's what I'm assuming they're talking about.
It's good to have a plan. They might be talking about what's for dinner.
Or, yeah.
Probably hungry.
Yeah, wow. Hey, aren't we all?
It's almost 6 o'clock. It's dinner time.
They also could be discussing on who their favourite commie is.
Possibly.
And I'm suggesting it might be me.
There wouldn't be much of a discussion, though, really. We'd just be like,
I'm not really sure how to take that.
Oh, yeah, we all love the former Rata lady, Gilly. So she wins.
What a jerk move by Gilly.
It's not always a contest, you know.
Everything's a contest, my friend, including this one that we have right out here now. And with a full pack of skaters, I can't see a single jammer back there.
I spy Babe and Pow lining up for the Rata ladies. And, oh, they're making us work.
They sure are. It could be Unleasher. I'm not quite sure. Let's get a quick look here very soon.
Here we go,
yes,
number 3.
My guesstimation was correct. Unleasher out there getting caught up in the pack. But meanwhile, Babe and Pow has found her way through the pack and gets lead jam status. However, Unleasher not too far behind. I got the feeling that this is going to be a hit and yes, and
Babe and Pow calls it. Did
yes,
Unleasher
gets the 1
get a
point. And there's whistles going non-stop out there. And a little battle for the pivot line straight away. They just twang with us. Like, they always battle it out for that pivot line and then just saunter down towards the jammer line.
Yeah, well, you want to get the front so then you can squeeze back on the pack and give them no room. That's the idea.
Thank God we've got you here to kind of make sure that everything that's being explained is being explained correctly.
I sense sarcasm.
Oh, and taking a little underarm attempt there of Black Betty, who stands at about 6'7", unassisted.
But Tiny Taco has made it through for lead with Scrimmagen hot on her Tiny Taco tail.
That is a fast pack and a fast pair of jammers out there as well. And Tiny Taco wants nothing to do with it and cools it off. But she did manage to rake in 1 point, which was a fantastic effort because that pack was absolutely motoring.
Oh, now the cheer squad's warming up.
Getting into it now. Looks as though that we might have dead meat again.
Up against Evil Stig.
It's not the first time that these two have paired up against each other.
I'm loving that gold shiny helmet of Rose hip roll. I feel like you'd be able to see yourself in that thing.
Gem, isn't it?
As Evil Stig takes the outside and then the inside past Patch to take lead.
Yeah, it was my...
And unofficially named Goggles is still stuck in the pack.
Velocity
and
Raptor.
Rose hip roll with that gold helmet just sits on our jammer, Evil Stig.
A little bit of friendly fire from Rose hip and shoulder just puts Evil Stig down. And an absolute cluster of a attempt of calling that jam by us two has thankfully come to an end.
Let's move on.
Moving on, our
always
apologies
got to think about the next jam.
Velocity Raptor, we've unashamedly got her incorrect there. We look as though we've got someone sitting in the bench.
Someone just said we sound good, so that's
Patch,
nice.
the captain of the Sun State, is having a little sit down in the box. Meanwhile, Babe and Pow is taking on duties out there, the jammer duties for the Rata ladies.
Oh, and
hard hit there. It was
dead meat just getting knocked about on the outside.
It is dead meat for sure.
Oh no, and Babe and Power getting sent off for a back block.
The opportunity now for dead meat to rack up some points.
And she has been called lead, so
she has the opportunity.
She has the
skate
power.
It out if she likes. Hits an imposing pack. Recycled back by Queen Missile. Good job out the front by counter bumps. Black Betty to no avail. Dead meat. She finds her way through and continues to rack up this power jam opportunity 5 more points for the Sun State girls and hits the
Ooh,
pack
and that
hard.
tripod says, nah, you ain't getting through.
Queen Missile just sends her down. Not
But,
before racking up some good points. And we have a very close game here. So close, in fact, it's 21 apiece.
I don't think you can get any closer.
Nah, impossible.
Impossible.
Now we're bringing international
Rats is
flavour
dancing.
to the commie desk. Not 100% sure what kind of language we were pulling out
I
there.
already forgot what I said, so I don't know what
Impossible
you're
or
talking
something
about. There we go.
similar.
Oh, Chippies is out blocking. It's a fun name. And Scrimmagen takes the lead for the Red Ladies.
Finally, a little bit of action right in front of us here with Unleasher.
Sammy is sent to the penalty box for Sun State.
Unleasher, she's taking the panty off. She's holding on to it. Looking for her pivot. She just cannot get there. Jetfire is in the way. Just being worked out hard by Rattleskate at the back of there. And Unleasher's given up that task and says, I'll do this myself, I reckon. Puts the panty back on.
Meanwhile, Scrimmagen comes out with another 4-point pass and calls it off before Sun State get any points.
A smart time there to call that off because Unleasher was absolutely hauling it to the end of that blocking pack, trying to get a sneaky point in before being called off.
We've got Evil Stig up again for the Rad Ladies. 4-3 pack advantage for the Rads. And I think it's Tiny Tugger. Oh, Evil Stig taking that nice offense on the inside. She is through without touching the sides.
Yeah, 100%. The Tiny Taco is the jammer that's out there for the Sun State ladies. She's got her work cut out with her with Frill Seeker and Basil Brush at the front of the pack. Working hard and just as...
Meanwhile, Fembot just taking out each of the blockers.
Rolly Moses making it tough for Evil Stig. And just as equal Patch.
Captain Patch.
She sends Evil Stig out to the floor and says, if you want to score past me, you're going to have to do better than that, Evil Stig.
But she still scored 3 points. So
okay, well, apparently she did.
Yep. So we got 33 to the Rad Ladies, 21 to the Killer Bees. Not being able to score since our last score check when they were tied.
Velocity Raptor now taking up the line against Queen Missile for the first time today. And Queenie, out she goes, and Velocity Raptor is being held up a little by these blockers who have simultaneously taken a sit down, Rattleskate and Jetfire.
Oh, and Queen Missile taking a big hit on the outside from Sun State blocker.
That is a fantastic little bit of work there by Sammy, it might have been. And Queen Missile calls that off after jagging 4 really important points. Heading out there to take up duties for Sun State is Dead Meat. She's going to face off against Babe and Powell from the Errata Ladies. It is
full packs of skaters on both sides.
5 seconds before we kick off, and there's a little hustle bustle at the start of this jam. Both jammers hit the packs hard. Babe and Powell's out the front. She takes the inside line, muscles her way through. Meanwhile, Dead Meat doing her best job on the outside, also scores past. Both jammers now on their scoring passes.
Babe and Power makes it through, but does a back block on the way, so she's sent to the naughty bin, so it's going to be a 2-minute jam.
Giving Dead Meat every opportunity here to rack up some points for the Sun State Killer Bees. The Packers ground to an absolute halt. And it is up to these Rattle Lady blockers to lessen any damage here, but it is to no avail. And on one skate off, I feel as though that she could have backed herself and gone through there, but she has taken the safe route back, making sure that she's not going to have a little trip to the box. And a smart move in the end because she gets those 5 points racked up for Sun State.
And Babe and Power back on the track.
Oh, she hit that pack hard and went down to the deck just as hard. I think it's Basil Brush out there, and Fembot seem to be absolutely working the Jesus out of Deb Meat. And finally, we have a little bit of action right in front of us, so we can finally see some numbers and call it. Dead Meat, she's been recycled back by Counter Bumps, and Fembot looking for the cut, and she has successfully dragged Dead Meat into that cut call. Fembot, well done there.
Yeah, a bit of confusion there, I think. I think she maybe thought she was out of play, but Fembot wasn't, so it was a cut track call.
And with her taking a seat, that releases Babe and Pow from the box, giving Dead Meat the opportunity to only sit as long as Babe and Pow had in the box.
But she's still sitting for the start of this next jam, so we got a power jam start for
She will start
Invader
in the box.
Scrim.
And we have a full contingent of blockers by the looks out on track, all deciding to find a position that they're happy with. And speaking of positions that they're happy with, the officials are happy to get this one underway.
Hey, we got there.
We got there in the end. Here we go, the Sun State Killer Bees patch at the very top is going to brace this tripod. He's going to do her absolute best to keep Invader Scrim from taking any line.
The Rat Lady's just hanging back there, letting
Scrimmage
Scrimmage
through on the inside line. Invader Scrim, and just like that, Dead Meat, she comes back out from the box to resume her duties as the jammer. And she has made her way through the pack.
Finds a nice clean line there and gets through for a 4-point pass.
Invader Scrim looking over towards her box, thinking, what should I do? She's ready to see this one out. She's happy.
Oh, and Dead Meat just hits the deck. Being
and
taken
Invader
back
Scrim
by
has taken the outside and hopped her way around the pack. That was a great scoring pass.
Yeah, Dead Meat still managed to score 3 points.
She got 3 of her own. Alicia, I believe, has taken the panty for jam duties of Sun State.
Up against Evil Stig for the Rat Ladies.
Yeah.
Clear box, full packs, let's go. Oh!
Stig attempts the inside line, didn't quite get there. Fembot's been a little bit naughty. She's sent to the bin. And also...
And so is... Where is she going?
Maybe...
22, Sammy.
Sammy thought she was in the box and didn't think she was in the box, but she's ended up in the box.
Sometimes those penalty boxes can be anywhere, so you just get confused at
Stig takes the inside first, and I think that was Unleasher just absolutely flew into that pack and kept her feet. Unbelievable skating ability by the looks of that. Now she's taking it on backwards, gets around the pack, and stays in track to get 4 valuable points.
Looking happy about it too.
Yeah, man. If I survived that, I would have been happy too. She did a fantastic job at full pace.
Oh, and she just got taken out there by Frill Seeker.
She attempted that just one too many times. Oh, we got a ref down. We got a zebra down.
Evil Stig.
Evil Stig is taken down.
Stop being naughty.
And that is without us even prompting a $1 bounty for every zebra that hits the deck. They can't hear us. So I'm not paying up, that's for damn sure. Anyway, as we go, Unleasher still there. And Evil Stig is taking a look at the cheer squad for some inspiration on what she should be doing out there.
Some support, some friendly support. It's always nice.
It is always a good chance to...
Oh, and she just hoodwinked the pack there and said, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way.
I didn't see what actually happened there, but Counter Bumps and Unleasher ended up on the outside of the track. And I must say that it does take a bit of work for Counter Bumps to hit the deck. So Unleasher must have hit her with some nice, powerful force.
Evil Stig just spinning out the front there as she called it and picked up 4 points.
There's high fives everywhere out there.
Nice jam there for Evil Stig, 21-7. in that jam.
That is a fantastic jam, and blowing it out to 74 to 44 with the Rattle Ladies with a 30-point advantage at this stage of the bout. It is early days, though.
It is anyone's game.
And just like that, the officials have decided that they would say no.
No, Sun State timeout.
Sun State timeout. Well, we can tell that by the fantastic hand signals by a jam timer at the top of the pivot line. She is.
As we just take a scan of the crowd.
We can have a quick look. It looks as though we've got a decent crowd over here at track 4. A steady line of from the very front, getting behind their respective teams. And we have the pack of the Adelaide ladies further discussing what's happening next. And the officials have taken a little bit of a breather, taken an opportunity here to regather their composure and get straight back into it from now.
Just having a look at the lineup, I think this is definitely the Rad's second game for the day, but I think it's SSRG's first, so they have got a fresh leg advantage.
They sure do.
And this being bout 6 of today of this mega slam.
Mega slam!
The Great Southern Slam coming at you.
So we have Queen Missile. She's lining up for only probably the second time this afternoon for the Adelaides. The Rattle Ladies.
And she just takes out all the blockers on the way. A nice hip whip on the outside.
Taking duties for the Killer Bees is Tiny Taco. Queen Missile, she is sporting a exceptional neckerchief today as well.
Then that exceptional word.
There are bodies absolutely spraying all over the track at this stage. Tiny Taco, she is having a work cut out for her at the back of that pack. Meanwhile, Queen Missile takes the outside line, gets it on, just evades Patch from Sun State, who was out to get her in the end.
And Tiny Taco found a little glimpse of sunlight there and then got sucked back into the Rattle Ladies.
Swallowed up by Fembot.
No, I think we've got Jetfire.
It was Jetfire and
Feisty Feline and Rattleskate in there, as well as it's Rose Hip and Shoulder. She's got that gold helmet covered up by a pivot panty.
Damn, that should never be covered up. It's so damn great.
We should talk to them about that.
Good hit there by
great work by Queen
Sammy.
Missile.
Took the hit.
And Tiny Taco still getting sucked back there.
Rattleskate doing the work, and in come the support Killer Bees, trying their best to ease up a bit of congestion, and it works. Tiny Taco gets out, but not before expending a lot of energy to try and get through that pack.
Great jam there from Queen Missile, 22 the Rattle Ladies to 4 for that jam. That's a Nasdaq.
That is some good work. And looks like we've got Velocity Raptor lining back up for the Killer Bees.
Against Invader Scrim for the Rattle Ladies.
And a full pack of blockers out there, ready to see what they can dish up to these two jammers. It's all pretty evenly spread out at this early stage. Velocity Raptor takes the inside line, and Invader Scrim has lead jam, but is not in lead position.
Always confusing, aren't?
That is really tough, and both jam refs right next to each other as well, which makes it
and a great apex jump there from Invader Scrim.
Wow, she took that apex jump with absolute ease.
Oh, no pass, no penalty, so Velocity Raptor takes advantage of that.
Very close one, but we were in the perfect position to see that Thrill Seeker's skate did just slip out of bounds, giving a no pass, no penalty opportunity there for Velocity Raptor to keep on going around.
And Invader Scrim scores a nice 4 points before she calls it off.
Dead Meat taking up that line again. I can't see who's back there for the Rattle Ladies.
Evil Stig.
Looks like we got a little bit of old school derby start here.
The crowd
We're at the pivot line. Let's see if they're just tricking us, though.
Rose Hip and Shoulder is stretching as far as she can to get her hips back, being the pivot, and everyone needs to be behind those hips. But from this angle, it's hard to tell where people are at. There's a couple of false starts called there, so
there's a lot
seemed
of
to do the
yelling.
trick for the Red Ladies.
Yeah, there was a lot of yelling going on there by for yielding. And
Oh, no,
we got some jammer on jammer action.
Dead meat is in fact the lead. I apologise.
That was a good call because Evil Stig was away.
That was a close one.
Dead meat. Sprayed out on the track. And Unleasher resuming her duties back there.
You said Judy a lot this bout, I've noticed.
I am.
I'm just pointing that out. I don't know why.
Thanks a lot. I will now do my damnedest to never say Judy's again.
Nah, keep doing it.
No
it's great.
way. Now
Here's Babe and Powell trying to make her way through the outside. Being held up a little bit there, but a nice hit there from Queen Missile. Unleasher.
Has taken
Takes the inside. Oh, Thrill Seeker giving a bit of biffo.
She had a little tap just to let her know that she's there.
Yep. Nobody gets away
Unleasher
without a little tap.
And Babe and Pow
Powell.
to their respective boxes on what they should do.
And Lib Smacker smacking those hips.
She says, call that baby off. Unleasher was on her way. And it looks like we've got a little bit of chatting going on by bench staff to head ref.
And also shout out Mustache and Crafty over the Red Ladies bench.
What I'm really digging is that bum bag.
It is shiny.
Ooh. Nice fanny pack, Mustache.
That is a fantastic bum. I'm going to call it a bum bag.
Okay. It's not on her bum though.
Absolutely. And we're just going to zoom in on our ops crew here. They are easily identified by their fantastic pastel yellow shirts. And over there we have Sin and Tonic Mosquito. We also have the very famous Misinformed and AV Guru, Slap and Decker.
And you just missed Ra, who's the merchandise queen.
Yeah.
But thanks to all the ops crew for putting on this amazing tournament and Adelaide Roller Derby for setting it all up. We are underway again with Invader Scrim stuck at the back of the pack, and Velocity Raptor has just made it out through for lead jam.
She was impressive on her skates there, I tell you. They
Very
were
impressive.
I was suitably impressed. And that is some voice projection from the bench staff. I like it a lot. Every member of his team out there knows exactly what he's barking his orders for. And that's exactly what you want as a skater, even though I have absolutely no knowledge of that whatsoever.
Rattleskate just took a dive into the concrete. And I guess he was yelling, skate, 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 now call it off.
I'm not so sure because I'm wearing these earmuffs and all I can hear is you.
Ditto. It's like we're in another little land.
Like our own special land.
We can't hear anyone else. It's nice.
It's a nightmare. Let's have a quick score check to get me out of that awkward situation. Rattle Ladies out there from a 112 to 54. And Evil Stig is out there for a multiple jams.
Inside and getting
Dead Meat, and Black Betty just gives her a little bit of
and Fembot takes it to the inside. Some great teamwork there.
They are doing a fantastic job, that blocking crew.
Evil Stig gets through for a 5-point pass.
I would be absolutely terrified to see Black Betty and Counter Bumps out there. They are some formidable blockers. I know that for damn sure. Dead Meat, though, she's going to keep giving it every ounce of her energy to get through.
But Evil Stig calls it off before she can score any points. Wise move.
That was a very smart move. Bit of nickel and diming there. Is that what it's called?
I have no idea what nickel and diming is.
Okay,
I call it hit it and quit it.
Yeah, let's disregard because now I'm just sounding like an idiot.
Can we edit that?
Edit.
All right, let's scratch that. We've got just over 5 minutes left in this first half, and the Rattle Ladies have really stolen away.
They have. They have really. It's by looking at it live, it's they didn't think there was that much of a price gap between the two. Chippy, she did her best there.
Oh, and a cut call there from the jam ref, even though there was a no pass, no penalty being called on the outside.
I'm sure that'll be
seen something different.
that might be something that they'll look at a bit later. But meanwhile, Babe and Power has the opportunity to outstretch this lead even further while she takes on the entire pack of Sun State, and Chippy takes a little sit down.
Rattle Lady's keeping a goat at the back here.
A goat?
A goat, a bunny, or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it. They are keeping this pack not moving.
Babe and Power is just taking every advantage and just racking up these points as she hits it.
And the Sun State Jammer is back on. Alicia has been unleashed.
And she's now got to take on Feisty Feline herself. And now has taken over that same familiar role. Oh man, and she has been lured into a car penalty by Grim Reaper. Meanwhile, off you go!
Babe and Power comes around for another
lap?
Another.
Is that what you're trying to spit out there?
Just waiting until she pops out the front. There she gets for another 5-point pass.
I got it. You jumped a little early and I just took the lead.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
This is a nice spot to be at the start of the apex. And
Babe and Power is just brutalizing her way through that pack, just leaving bodies in her path. And Unleasher wants to get back in on this action now. Just non-stop working back there with these alleged goats or babies or whatever you want to call them. And Unleasher pops that panty back on her head. She wants to get some points. But time is her enemy. And just like that, that's the end of that jam. And with 3 minutes and change to go.
30-point jam there from Babe and Power.
Wow.
That's worth mentioning.
Yeah, if Babe and Power was out to impress me, she has just succeeded. Because 30-point pass is an outstanding effort.
It's impressive.
We've got an official review which may have something to do with what you mentioned earlier with a no pass, no penalty on the cut.
Yes.
Will be, I am assuming that John Ref Kennedy might saunter his way over here and let us know.
Oh, I hope so.
But we'll see. We'll just patiently await the arrival of someone in black and white stripes. Meanwhile, it is bang on 3 minutes to go, and 151 for the Radar Ladies to a 54 to the Sun State Killer Bees. So the official review has taken part. Now the refs will go off to themselves and discuss it as a group. And for those uneducated that might have just stumbled across this YouTube channel, how about, Gilly, you give us a little brief description of what an official review is all about.
Okay, so official review gives the teams an opportunity to disagree with the refs, basically, and say, I think you might have missed something, and it happens. And so they've gone into the middle and said, hey, we think this shouldn't have been a car, or there should have been a penalty, and then they have to go, okay, we'll consider it. They go off, they talk about it, they talk about what each of them saw. And in some cases, a penalty might be overturned or a penalty might be given. But in many cases, it sort of stays as it is. But that's the exciting part.
So what you're saying is that the skaters have an opportunity to challenge any cool or non-cool from the officials.
You've taken what I said and interpreted it very well.
Well, that's because I'm an ex-referee, you know.
I know.
And it appears as though no one wants to let us know what it was all about, so we will just make it up as we go.
We'll just... Well, Sun State have lost their official review, so we're going to say that nothing changed.
So we're going to assume that the Sun State were, in fact, unsuccessful in that official review.
Correct.
Meanwhile, we have Velocity Raptor out there with those spectacular glasses. I am such a fan of those, I'm actually going to have a little chat with her about them, I think. She is like those skates of hers. Holy smokes, they are almost blurry. They're going so quick.
They are blurry for me. It's quite far away. I need some better glasses.
Maybe some binos.
And Veda Scrim makes her way out on her initial, I think. So no points for Adelaides.
High fives all round for Velocity Raptor.
She gets a 5-point pass.
Rolly Moses is very appreciative of that little jam as well. She dishes out the high fives with her. And we've got Sunstate Jammer. I think it's dead meat so far back that I also almost sitting in the southern suburbs of Adelaide. Whilst
up against Evil Stig, who couldn't be further away from her.
She is just eagerly anticipating the start here.
There was a false start call there, which confused a few people. So Evil Stig easily around the outside. Oh, lovely hop there.
She just hops over 2 Adelaides and a corner to keep upright. That is some fantastic work. I love it. We had the perfect position.
Oh, and did she get any points before they called it? 3 points to Sunstate.
3 points. That was
2 points to the Red Ladies.
She came into that pack absolutely packing heat.
Packing heat.
And was rewarded with 3 great points.
Never give up. Hey, I've just spotted another sparkly bum bag in the middle there. Sported by an NSO, which is quite lovely.
Ah, yes. That's some eagle eye work from Gilly. In less than a minute to go in this first half.
And we've got another few false starts being called. So those pivot starts are working.
They are confusing everyone, including the commentators. They have absolutely no clue on who's yielding and who's going early. But meanwhile, I was just fixated by Knox's fanny pack.
You can do it.
See how I stumbled over that? Oh, my God. Chippies takes another little sit down. I think that's Chippies, is it? No, it's Rolly Moses, in fact.
Babe and Power made it through.
And I'm not sure if that bench is actually cheering on Pow, Pow, Pow.
I think he's saying call, 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 but it sounds like kill, 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 and they are the killer bees, so maybe that's just what they do.
Yeah, hey.
Kill, kill, call.
And just like that, it looks like we've come to an intermission. We're having so much damn fun over here that it's...
we've got a timeout. I don't know if we're quite there yet.
Well, the intermission did flash up on the screen for a
Someone's
quick
called
moment.
A sneaky timeout right before the halftime whistle, so there will be another jam.
It was the ladies, and it looks like Velocity Raptor, she's wasting no time about getting down to her position down there is the jam.
The Rudder ladies are trying to squeeze every extra bit of derby they can into it.
They want one more crack at it before we have a quick breather at half-time. John Ref Kennedy's coming up towards our formidable jam timer, who's still signalling the timeout. And looks like we've got about 10 more seconds left before we can crack into this very last jam.
Let's crack it wide open.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Is it Velocity Raptor back there? It looks like it is up against Invader Scrim.
And a full pack from both sides.
And we are away. A dynamic start, that's for damn sure. And Vader Scrim takes the outside line with little to no resistance, gets lead jam status. Velocity Raptor, she's also popped through the very front of that pack.
There's some great there from Chippies to help her jammer through. Invader Scrim just finding some space on the inside, but she called it. She got knocked out a little bit.
Let's see if she scored any points. She's got the 3 extra points, so that timeout was well worth the call.
As we officially move into halftime.
Thank God. It's a 156 to Rudder Ladies to 66 Killer Bees. We'll take a momentary little break, and we'll be back at ya in the second half of this bout. Stick around, folks.
Let's do this.
You are on, my friend.
Coming at you live.
So with 30 seconds to go before the end of intermission, we have well hydrated in the break and ready to kick this off.
Had some snacks.
And bring this baby home.
Always latte. Giving us the thumbs up.
I didn't even see that.
He's ready to go. You missed it.
What a good guy.
Do it again.
He's so damn handsome too. Look at him. Holy smokes. Ah, shucks.
Stop it.
He loves it.
Stop it.
So damn sexy.
Cut it out.
Anyway, let's move on from Always Latte. And let's see what's lining up here. It looks like we've got a
Velocity Raptor up against Invader Scrim.
Is that how the first period started also?
Oh, that was ages ago.
Oh, man, sorry
probably.
about
Let's
that.
say yes. Yes.
We've had a little 10-minute nap in between then. Velocity Raptor stays upright after
and
getting
stays in the track.
She got absolutely hammered and still stayed out there.
Oh, Invader Scrim.
Nearly takes a zebra down. Who is sporting red skates? I'm impressed.
Oh, and Invader Scrim just put on our go, go, go skates and up the inside.
Not lead jam,
Not
though.
lead.
And somehow Velocity Raptor must have got the lead jam and got suckered back into that pack.
Suckered back.
And Evil Stig takes the line for the Rada ladies. Can't see who we've got back there. Looks like we've got Dead Meat. Yeah, she's kicking off from her usual position at the back of the jammer line.
Way over there. A rattle skate in the Sun State pack, just shaking things up.
That was sensational work by Rolly Moses.
I didn't even see that.
She created a fantastic line for her jammer by putting two other ladies down. Fantastic work, good blocking.
So Dead Meat with a 5-point pass there, but Evil Stig is now out.
Dead Meat, she is hauling it too, and
she is too fast for her own
she
good.
went a bit too quick.
Oh, there's a corner. They come around quickly.
She's got up with a smile on her dial.
And calls it off before Evil Stig can get any points. So 156 Rattle 80, 72 to the Killer Bees. It's anyone's game.
It looks like Unleasher is taking her spot down there on the jam line.
Up against Pow, Babe and Pow. Pow, 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 pow.
Chippy's in the pack. She will be absolutely busting her gut to, I reckon, here to create a line and length.
Oh, and Babe and Pow just sandwiched in between two blockers there.
Mother Fracture just puts her down. She did a fantastic job there.
And Unleasher being held up on the outside by the Rattle ladies as packs
I did hear some whistles getting blown. I can't see anyone.
Pow has got lead, and there was a multiplayer call in there as Queen Missile takes
Missile
the bench.
is the offending blocker by the looks. Meanwhile, Mother Fracture takes her spot at the top of the pack.
And Babe and Pow calls it off while
Sammy just found the invisible banana peel on the track. I'm not sure there was any contact there, but somehow ended up on her backside. I have noticed that there are some invisible sticks and banana peels that are strategically placed on certain roller derby tracks.
Yes, it seems to be more like quite on turn 2, I think. There might be a particularly slippery area.
Got it. So there could be some particular spots that are a little less conducive to those wheels than anywhere else.
Raptor makes it through.
There's a little bit of friendly fire there. I think Invader Scrim just went straight into her own pack. Meanwhile, out there, Chippies is just doing an absolutely, no, it's Rolly Moses doing an absolute fantastic job of keeping the Rattle Lady jammer at bay. Invader Scrim, she worked her way through it. Velocity Raptor calls it off. She's had a great start to this second half.
Jetfire sent to the naughty bin for a multiplayer block. And we've got Dead Meat up against Evil Stig. Dead Meat hiding out the back somewhere, doing a little boogie shake. You can see her bopping up around the back there.
Evil Stig, she's usually takes her comfortable position on the outside line, but shaking things up a little bit here, and Dead Meat's going to meet her at the jam line with her for something a bit different. Both busting through the packs. Evil Stig takes the inside line, gets through. Mother Fracture did her best. Unfortunately, Evil Stig was just a bit too quick, but Dead Meat, not to be outdone, is well and truly right on her backside. They're going to hit this pack. And both of them attempt a apex jump, and neither successful in any points.
Nil points to either, and Rat Lady still have a blocker in the box.
But you know what? I'm impressed.
Yeah, tell me more.
Well, they both had an absolute crack at it.
They both tried real hard, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should be given 1 point just for trying.
That's not how it works. But
maybe we could have a little chat to the WFTDA people and see if we can
soften
get
the rules
something
a
up.
bit.
You know,
they
if they're
tried
going to
real
put in
hard.
a really good effort.
Queen
let's
Missile's trying really
reward
hard
them.
here up against Unleasher.
Icy Kill is doing a fantastic job back there of keeping her at bay, and a couple of skaters go down.
Bit of shoulder biffo there.
Meanwhile, Unleasher gets lead jam position for Sun State. Backs it into the Rattle Ladies pack. You can see Rose hip and shoulder with that metallic gold helmet, holding her up at the front of the pack. Jetfire comes in and says, if you think you're going to get past me too easy, I'll get another thing coming for you.
4 points to Sun State, 0 to the Rat Ladies.
Velocity Raptor, she's going to aim to continue on her fantastic start to the second half. There's a little bit of confusion out there. I can see some referees chatting to skaters in the box.
5
We're
seconds.
still going to have the 5-second call.
Adelaide's taking the front again. They seem to be favouring the front this half.
Babe
as
and
Babe
Powell
and
absolutely
Powell
unopposed.
just, I was a bit
Not
confused
sure.
there,
Yeah,
but she
they-
just took that opportunity. And Fembok just got smacked in the face. I think she's voluntarily taken herself off the track.
She's not happy with it. She's taken off the pivot. She's copped
she's
it.
just
Velocity Raptor, meantime, has no business in watching what's going on in the Adelaide's box. Babe and Power takes a stack. And
knee sliding around there.
Mother Fracture didn't see her on the down and also took a little tumble as a result. No harm done.
I think we might have an official timeout here.
Referees are taking
See
an
what's going
opportunity
on.
just to recompose themselves. I think you're going a bit loud, or I'm going a bit loud.
No, it's all right. I
Oh,
just
thank
can hear my every little movement over here.
Oh.
I shouldn't have put a soother in.
Whoop.
That was fingerprints. Then his tight latex pants.
Latex?
Nah, that's wrong, isn't
Oh
it?
my lord!
I wish. What is it?
If I
What's
was
the word I'm
wearing
looking for?
lycra,
Lycra.
if they were latex pants, there would be a cascade, waterfall of sweat heading down.
I'm getting images now.
Oh my lord!
And there'd be a lot more squeaky noises, I think. We're resorting to fart jokes. Always the best.
Feel like a squeegee
I
coming
feel like
out.
tomorrow for Onesie Sunday we could wear a onesie latex onesie.
If you could find one, I've got a gimp mask that would just fit it perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's end this conversation now.
We should have ended it a long time ago.
All right,
Meanwhile, there's derby going on, can you believe?
well, that's not. They're sort
well,
of taking time out and they're
yeah,
talking about
they're
stuff and
like they're standing around.
this again. All right, we've got a
Dead
couple of
Meat.
skaters in the box, so 3 on 3. Dead Meat up against Invader Scrim. 5 seconds over.
Pack of Patch and Tiny Taco taking on duties. Oh, I'm not going to say that word anymore.
It's all right, you can say it.
Every now and then, maybe.
Invader Scrim nicely through the pack. Goes
Holy
Dead
Moses.
Meat is around the outside.
Grim Reaper. I haven't called her name too much, but I tell you what, she has worked tirelessly in that pack. And oh my lord!
That spot over there. Lucky there was no one sitting there this time. They would have got a skate
I think
straight
they
to the
learnt their
face.
lesson from last
Yes.
time.
It's a nice, safe little
But
pocket
dead
there.
meat, she is just hooting it around, finding every bit of speed with no fear. That's what I love about it.
Go hard or go home.
I'm going home after this. I've gone hard all day.
Go hard and then go home.
Yeah.
Right. One more bout here tonight at the Great Southern Slam.
Yeah,
After
one to
this,
come.
yep.
Then that's day 1 of 3 out of the way. It's been a fantastic tournament so far. I see nothing but smiling faces for everywhere I look.
Indeed, Evil Stig just weaving away across the track.
And
Not
no,
getting much
Sammy
forward
was taking
penetration.
care of business right at the last minute.
Great movement here from the Sunstate tripod.
I see
but
Kill,
out of
she's
play at the
involved,
front.
but an out of pack. And Fembot, she cops one. Has a little sit down for her sins.
Unleasher takes his star off and just pops Thrill Seeker on the ground there and moseys on through.
And a successful job there. She's now got that panty on top of her helmet, which just means that she can score points as she gets past those opposition blockers.
But too late.
Too
Evil
late.
Stig has called it off before she got
Good
the
communication there from her bench, letting her know where the opposition jammer was positioned on track. And looks like Velocity Raptor is all ready to go. She is sitting down there by herself, but in comes Babe and Powell just sauntering behind her. And she likes to take that run-up approach, doesn't she?
She does. It's sort of the Terminator approach.
What?
I don't know, forget that. Velocity Raptor out with the lead, and Babe and Powell stays on her feet so that she can come back around. Better to be safe than sorry.
You betcha. And all of a sudden, Velocity Raptor has found her feet.
Yeah.
She has been outstanding. 4-point pass for Velocity Raptor. They are slowly dragging this imposing lead back. So 169 to 90 score check.
There's 79 difference there.
That is the tertiary skills, the calculating brain of Gilly at work there. There was no way that I was ever going to attempt to try and calculate that in my mind.
You can't even speak good. Invader Scrim hitting the pack side to side.
Good clear out by Thrill Seeker, but to
Oh,
no
and
avail.
Sammy goes
Sammy.
out as well, so no pass, no penalty there. And Invader Scrim takes the lead, but Dead Meat is out of the pack too.
It's good communication there between outside pack refs and jam refs. They know that everything's A-OK as they hit the back of that pack. Both jammers have hit the back. Let's see who's going to come out with points, and it looks like it's going to be 3 to Velocity Raptor and just a 2-digit pass for, who was
Invader
that?
Scrim.
Invader Scrim.
Shout out to the ref team and the NSO crew today.
They've done so
Thanks
well,
again.
right? Without those guys and girls, this sport would just be a really expensive skate around, right? Like a disco on wheels.
And there'd probably be a lot more, injuries and face hitting. And
Oh, that is a
it's
fantastic little hit there.
Feisty Feline is hitting the deck.
It was, I think, Patch that did the job, and like a power slide, like a rock star. Evil Stig takes a knee slide whilst tapping her hips furiously to cool it off. And she did it right in front of that ruckus Rattle Ladies cheer squad, who didn't appreciate nowhere near the appreciation that it deserved.
Yeah, maybe they weren't looking. Maybe they missed it.
Yep. And
get loud, people. Get
here we
loud.
go again. Babe and Power taking up that Terminator stance.
Yes. It'll make sense one day, I promise. And Babe and Pow working it on the outside, but
Sammy is
Velocity Raptor makes it through. He's having a great second half, as you've already mentioned. But I agree with.
I wasn't even listening then. As you can just see me blankly look towards you, just going, what the hell are you on about?
Nah, no.
I'm just still recoiling from that amazing start. And Velocity Raptor hits Frill Seeker. I think that she did get those, call it off just in time. And Sammy, she takes a posing sit down. I was well impressed.
A posing sit down.
She sat down, posed, hand on
I
it,
get it.
gave it those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like a visual thing and hard to explain.
Yeah.
But trust me,
You're a doctor.
I have no medical training whatsoever.
Dead Meat up against Invader Scrim, I think. Yes, it is.
Rose hip and shoulder with that beautiful helmet has just popped her hips out, as her name would suggest.
Invader Scrim just keeping it on the track and out for lead.
Dead Meat being caught up in that pack of Adelaides.
And Brutiful sent to the naughty bin.
Gets through the cheeky little apex jump there, which also unappreciative from the crowd, but
Yeah.
I saw Invader Scream. I thought it was ace.
I missed it.
No.
Lucky this bout is being filmed and put on the web, so you can watch it again and again. And listen to our sweet, sweet voices again and again. Thank you to our camera woman.
You say lucky. Some might say unlucky.
Well, there's also the option to turn us down or off.
Yeah,
and
please.
still get the visual entertainment, so you know. Options.
Yep.
And we got Evil Stig jamming up against Unleasher, who has just unleashed her power. And
Patch takes it to her,
Oh!
and two Adelaides go down. Patch
Queen
puts her
Missile.
hands up and claims both victims. And Queen Missile won't have a bar of it. She goes back for a little bit of retribution, but the damage has been done. Unleasher
Coming
out
through
there
for us.
just scoring endlessly.
Whoa.
Beautiful! Holy smokes! I don't even think the poor old Unleasher saw that coming. Beautiful. She
Nice
gives a
work,
thumbs up to the
beautiful.
crowd.
They enjoyed that one.
They sure did, and so did we.
They were
Jingies.
impressed.
They're the ones that I love to see, the hits. The unexpected bone-crunching hips from...
Oh, we've got Lip Smacker out there just waiting to call a timeout.
look at her
Grasping every
shoes.
second that she can.
Wow, they're like high heels with sneakers.
They're high heel pumps.
What? Is that what they're officially called?
I don't know.
High-heeled pumps?
Yeah, pumps, the sneakers.
I thought pumps is what you play basketball in. However, who am I to know anything about fashion? Right?
Please don't take any lessons from me.
Yeah.
If you could see us now. And what are we zooming in on over here? We've got
the back
some
wall.
space there. Very exciting.
Wow.
There we go. Look,
That back wall is looking really white.
I'm glad because we were ignoring it for so long. I'm glad it got a play in there. She can't hear us. Oh, and we might get some
Knox,
attention.
Don't
forget
sauntering
about
over
us.
here. I'm just blinded by her fanny pack.
Would you like to say anything to the world? No.
No, just she's absolutely
Oh, it was a
ignoring us.
timeout, not an official. That's why.
We should pay attention more often, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Here we go, Babe and Pow. She's lining up way back there in Terminator territory.
And Velocity Raptor is right on the line.
She gets up to the front, though. It's just a pile of Sunstate Killer Bees. Not sure what happened there.
Oh, and Babe and Power straight to the penalty box.
I'm assuming that she had something to do with that pile up, which was
Power
against the rules.
down.
And meanwhile, Feisty Feline recycles Velocity Raptor to the back of the pack. She takes that outside line and
And Rose Hip and Shoulder taking her back again with some
teaming
nice
up with Grim
teamwork.
Reaper.
Yeah, you get it.
They are doing a fantastic job and not done yet. And away she gets, Rose Hip and Shoulder.
Grim Reaper.
Oh, good one. I love that. That sounds a little bit sultry.
Double R at the end.
Got it.
And Baby Powell is back on the track.
That is a fast pack moving now. Velocity Raptor continue on a scoring streak with their entire pack in front of her, confusing the Rata ladies. That was a really good job.
Baby Powell just snuck through, but that was her initial, so no points there. 5-point pass to Sun State.
Dragging it back. They're up to their triple figures now. 111 versus 175 in way of the Rata ladies. Queen Missile and Dead Meat somewhere back in Christie's Beach for this start of this jam. Whilst the rest of this pack decide whether they're going to go up or back, and they kind of start mid-ground.
Hung out in the middle there, giving the jammers a nice
That is a
run
fantastic effort there by Rolly Moses. She basically took down the whole pack single-handedly, which demands respect. I like it.
Queen Missile just giving some back to the Sun State benchy, because none of us know what he's trying to say. Well, sure with these earphones on, I can't hear.
That is a fast-moving pack. It's that was a really good job for anyone to try and keep up with that, let alone those poor jammers that didn't get the head start like everybody else.
The Rat ladies look excited about something.
They were pretty pleased with something. I'm not sure what.
It was a 2-2 jam. Maybe that was it.
Well, if that's what floats your boat, then hell, get excited. Now we have Unleasher lining up back there with
Invader Scrim.
I think it's Invader Scrim. You're 100% correct there, Gilly.
Thank you for that percentage.
Yep, well, we've usually come well prepared with all kind of stats and figures.
Statistics.
So, and that's what we're
100% correctness.
That is what we're going to dish out
we're
so
usually
far.
Only
and
about
Unleasher
70% correct.
just scrambles her way onto the inner track.
Oh, and she's going to have to go all the way back because she doesn't know who hit her out.
And that's what happens. An Invader Scrim takes the advantage and gets the lead jam.
And the crowd goes wild.
There's still some recycling of Unleasher happening back there. Invader Scrim takes a quick jump and says, you know, I know I didn't make that, so I'm going to go back and give it another go.
There's a bit of crawling happening now. It's when you know it's the last almost last 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, these Killer Bees jammers, they have done a really exceptional job. They have just worked their guts out with absolute speed, and just like that, Unleasher, too quick for the Rata Ladies blockers. Gets around with a 4-point pass with Invader Scrim right on top of her, and just sneaking in from behind is Chippies. I thought she could have had a little crack at Invader Scrim there, but chose to be the...
Oh, and a bit of biffo there. Yeah, I can't quite see what Sun Skater...
I think that could have been Patch and Invader Scrim.
I think you're 100% correct there. That was Patch giving Invader Scrim some biffo, causing the call off for a 4-1 pass.
Yes, tell you what, we're just dishing out the 100%ers like nobody's business.
These are true facts, ladies and gentlemen. True facts.
I can give you a true fact that about 100% of true facts are actually made up.
Speechless.
I don't even think that made sense. Anyway.
That's why I have no comment. 100% no comment. And Evil Stick just dips out around the outside.
Somehow that got old really quick.
Velocity Raptor is still caught up in the pack there, but she swims her way through as Fembot and Basil Brush are sent to the naughty bin. Evil Stick just making the most of a light pack out there.
Rolling Moses and Icy Kill doing their very best to create a bit of space for Velocity Raptor. Success as she finds her way through the pack.
Very fast pack here.
Picks up another 4 points. Rolling Moses and somehow gets up, goes down.
It takes a little roll.
Has a little roll as well. And, well, her name is Rolling Moses, so, hey, let's live up to your name. So Ben Sarf
last
is
second pivot change, or no?
out there to call his team for a team timeout. Good chance to have a quick little score check, Gilly. And Rudder Ladies at 193, just hovering under that 200 mark, whilst the Killer Bees are 122. We have just shy of 9 minutes left on the clock. So still plenty of time for the Killer Bees to make a move here.
Each team with one timeout left, so they're making the most of their timeouts.
Yeah, it could be a great opportunity just to suck in the big ones at this, you know, time of the bout. Everyone's starting to get a little fatigued.
Fatigue is settling in.
And that not only goes for skaters, but also commies.
Around this time, we usually put a track on and and just sit in silence and enjoy it.
However,
but we're going to keep scrambling.
With the unavailability of any kind of music, we'll rely on Gilly and her karaoke. Let's go with Funky Town. I'll give you the beat. No, you sing.
Yeah, but I can't think of it. Funky Town. Oh, you could have picked a different song that I knew. I'm a Funky Town. Funky Town. I got it. Keep going.
If the people hadn't tuned out prior to, I'm telling you what, we have 100% loss of audience.
Turn it up. And we're back. Dead Meat up against Babe and Pow as Fembot returns to the track. Babe and Pow just
brutalising her way through that pack. Just sheer strength gets through, and Dead Meat is getting in on the action as well. She pops out the front. You can hear some whistles going. I can't see anyone taking anything off. Oh, yes, we do. Chippies takes a little sit down for some indiscretion.
Chippies.
And I think it was Tiny Taco over there. Was blinded by something. Maybe by my glitter vest it could have been.
Yeah, there are a few glittery fanny packs around too, so everywhere you look, it's glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter.
We're moving on from the karaoke, I believe.
No one told me.
And I'm not even sure if that was an actual song. It could have been from that Academy Award-winning movie Glitter by Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it could have. Invader Scream out the front for lead jam as Frill Seeker just
cops one by Patch.
Cops one.
Yeah, copped it too bad though, because Patch has now been sent to the bin for that indiscretion.
And Invader Scream just pops on through. I say pop a lot.
And Icy Kill, I think for the very first time in this bout, is having a crack at jamming. Former blocker now getting the panty on board, and unfortunately for her, she has done something wrong.
She's had a forearm call.
And that is going to give the Rudder Ladies a good advantage.
Power jam start.
Straight into this next jam, we have Velocity Raptor take the track with the pivot helmet on.
And 3 Sun State Killer Bees out on the track to 4 Rudder Ladies, so definite advantage here for the Rads.
John Ref Kennedy heading over towards the Rudder Ladies bench. I'm not sure what the query is over there, but it looks as though the Queen Missile is going to have a little sit down in the box, and that will force Brutiful off the track, evening things up to a 3-on-3 blocker action.
3-2-3. Evil.
Now that's keeping me speechless. You've come out with multiple languages today, which I never knew.
Well, this is going out to the World Wide Web, so I'm just trying to accommodate as many people as I can.
Well, if there's any Frenchies that are happy with the exploits of the Eagle, then please get in contact.
And by the way, Evil Stick with lead as the Sun State Jammer is still in the box.
The Swarm are doing an absolutely fantastic effort of keeping her at bay. Their scoring has gone to an absolute grinding halt, whilst Icy Kill takes the opportunity to get back out on track with That star on the helmet, and welcome to the jamming pack here at Icy Kill.
And that jam was killed by Evil Stig.
Welcome aboard Icy Kill. I think we should give her more opportunities with that star on her helmet.
Oh, we've got an NSO running over.
I don't think that's anything official.
No.
No. Looks as though we are still
just confirming some scores there, I think. So the Red Ladies have hit 200 and gone over.
Looks like Babe and Pow and Dead Meat out there jamming. You can see Black Betty has been called for a multiplayer block.
And a solid tripod at the back from
Dead Meat. She will be taking as much advantage as she can whilst getting some help out there by Chippies to try and formulate some form of space for her to get through. And unfortunately for Sun State, unsuccessful. And Dead Meat takes a little sit down
power
in
jam
the penalty
to the
box.
Red Ladies, who have the lead as well, so they have all the power.
Chippies with a fine piece of shoulder work, putting the Ladies jam.
Counter bumps coming through with the clear, which did the trick for Babe and Power to get through on 5-point pass. And they're just holding up Tiny Taco at the back, which is now
pack kind of reform. And a little bit of outside to inside to through the pack again.
And instead Meat re-enters the track straight into that Red Ladies tripod.
Babe and Powell having her way at this stage. She is racking up these points. And as quickly as Black Betty got on, she's off again. And at the end of that jam, looks like it's 14-point jam.
Oh, there's a lot of twos going on here. 2-2-2 to the Red Ladies. 1-2-2 to the Killer Bees. Do you remember that song?
What?
2-2-2-2-2-2-2. I got an answer machine that'll talk to you.
Yep, I've got that. However, I believe that when we're talking about twos, we should be really quoting the late, great Richie Beno, you know, commentating. Absolute genius.
Marvellous. Marvellous that. Invader Scrim up against Velocity Raptor.
That is an absolute scramble.
Before.
And Velocity Raptor successful out the front of that pack.
And the
but
Red Ladies coming back to help out Invader Scrim.
She's been dished out some form of penalty. And
Invader Scrim takes the lead. And she's happy about that.
Moses is going to join her in the box, leaving a slim chance out there for the blockers to get through. And
Invader Scrim.
She kind of does a knee slide and gets back up without even kind of acknowledging the fact that she spent a little bit of time on the deck.
Getting recycled.
Good hit back there
by Patch.
She has been tough all day long.
She has been
She's front on front. These have had some great battles, Invader Scrim and Patch. Similar size. They have had some fantastic battles there. And as Invader Scrim looks to her bench, wondering what the hell she should be doing, and they say, "You're doing a pretty good job. Why don't you keep doing it?"
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So she does. He gets back out there, and Velocity Raptor with her.
Scrim just tapped, light tap on the outside there of the track, and Always Latte picked up on that cut there just before she could call it off. So we're going for the full 2 minutes, folks.
Which it's just a touch under 2 minutes left.
Ooh,
Beautiful solo effort out there on Dead Meat. Just dispatches her onto the inside.
No pass, no penalty.
It was a no pass, no penalty. Brutiful still hasn't realised that she's gone back so far that she thinks she's recycling her to the previous jam. Velocity Raptor taking every advantage here she can, but somehow.
Oh, and she's got a back block.
For a back block called from the outside pack. And with 1:26 to go,
Oh, wow. I didn't realise how close to the end we were.
We are getting really close, but as everyone should know, the jam clock will supersede the actual game clock.
The bout clock, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100% correct, I think. But an official review
Sunstate have
called by
very confidently put up the O signal for an official review. They're obviously not content with one of the calls or
I'm
non-calls.
guessing Velocity Raptor being in the box as a jammer they're not happy with, especially with only a minute 20 to go. They may as well say, hey, give it a go.
Gives everyone a bit of a chance to recompose.
Give it a shot.
And I'm wondering if we might get some kind of indication from our friend Knox of what this official review is all about. During the halftime break, she did promise to saunter over and let us know with any official reviews on what's going on. Let's see if she is going to hold that promise. What do you think the odds are?
What are the odds? I'm thinking she's heading on over here.
Yeah. Let's see what she's got for us.
Meanwhile, the Adelaide's cheer squad has sparked up, which is nice.
Apparently it was a timeout. An official review used as a timeout. That old trick.
A lot of nothing. But that just gave the Adelaide's cheer squad some time to pump up the rads.
They really found their voice late in this bout. And with a 235 to 127 scoreline, with 121 left on the game clock.
And a power jam to the Adelaide's. Things are looking up.
It's looking as though it may be a big task for the Sunstate girls to jag this one in from here.
Yeah, statistically speaking, I don't think they've got much of a chance. I would like to put a percentage on it, but I don't want to, shoot myself in the foot.
No way, you do not want to put all your eggs in one basket. And well, however that saying came about, it makes no sense to me, nor you, I'm guessing.
And we don't want any baker's dozens here, am I right?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know, but if we're talking about baking, if you could bring something along tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
You have been getting stuck into my nuts.
Crunchy nuts and chocolate bars.
Things are unraveling at a fierce pace.
We're talking cashews and peanuts here, guys.
All right. Let's see if we can end on some form of decorum.
As the 12-year-old boy composes himself. Evil Stig is ready to rock.
A full pack of Sunstate Killer Bees.
She makes it out for lead.
She gets it.
Chippy's given a bit of a go.
And Director a little bit too eager.
Director. Oh, I get it. Director. I just got it.
Yeah.
There we go. And Evil Stig comes out again.
Along to Evil Stig. She actually was telling the box what she was going to do then. She's not taking guidance. She says, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And she does on one skate. Takes the inside line.
Velocity Raptor is back on the track. Although it's hard to see her behind all those rattle ladies. Oh, there she is. She's popped out the front.
And keeps on that scoring super pass by Evil Stig. She's up to 14 for this jam.
Might as well just keep going.
Yeah, let's just see it
rattle
out.
ladies love their derby.
We have less than a minute left on this jam. Every opportunity to keep racking up these scores for both teams. And the outside line is Evil Stig's friend.
She's just looking fresh. She's not ready to stop yet. As Basil Brush heads to the naughty bin.
She looks so damn good that I feel as though I'm more exhausted just by calling her name than what she's actually skating out there.
I know, right?
That's another 19 points up. And she says, looks over and goes, shall I go one more?
Shall I keep going?
What the bloody hell? Not
fun.
Evil Stig. Keep going.
And Counter Bumps holding Velocity Raptor, but she makes it out. And Fembot gives her a Raptor.
Fembot just puts down Velocity Raptor, forcing her to the very back of the pack with Black Betty. She looks as though that she is spent. Basil Bruss rejoins her team out.
Oh.
And Evil Stig
Just
takes a well-earned break with a 28-point jam. Really blowing this one out with an unofficial score of 263 for the Rhoda Ladies to 135 of the Killer Bees. That is unofficial at this stage. We will wait for the rolling whistle.
As the crowd enters the danger zone.
They are ready for some high fives.
They want to touch those sweaty skaters.
That's been an impressive bout by both teams today. I was super impressed on how things ended up, and that rolling whistle confirms that unofficial score to an official score.
I didn't hear it. Has it happened?
It's happened. If you have a quick look behind you, you'll see final score written on the scoreboard.
You are 100% correct yet again. And that the score doesn't really say how close that game felt.
No, it doesn't. I thought the Killer Bees were a super effort out there today.
They put up a good fight.
Their jammers really worked their guts out. I was super impressed. Anyway, I think we've offended probably enough people out there in the great wide wild web.
We hope you've enjoyed our voices.
I certainly had a great time with you today, Gilly, and I'm sure as hell hoping that we get another opportunity to sit next to each other one more time this weekend.
Maybe, if we're lucky and if you're lucky.
Thanks for listening in, folks. I will catch you next time here at the Great Southern Slam.
Bye.